They used to burn people for saying the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. They used to laugh at the idea that invisible germs could kill kings. They used to believe the stars were tiny holes poked into the night sky, windows to heaven. And at the time, those beliefs made perfect sense. They sounded normal, reasonable, obvious, but they were wrong, dead wrong. Just because something sounds crazy doesn't make it false, and just because something sounds normal doesn't make it true. Let that sit with you, because truth has never cared about how comfortable it sounds. Truth is not polite. Truth is not safe. Truth is not normal. It just is. Imagine you're alive 500 years ago and someone tells you one day we'll carry glowing boxes in our pockets. We'll speak to people across the world in seconds. We'll fly through the sky in metal birds and land on the moon. You'd laugh. Or you'd call it heresy, madness, science fiction, but now it's called Tuesday. And yet the opposite is just as dangerous. We believe the things we're told over and over. The slogans, the routines, the quiet, unchallenged lies. This is how it's always been. Everyone agrees. Don't question it. That's just the way the world works. Normal doesn't mean true. Slavery was normal. Witch hunts were normal. Segregation was normal. Silencing the different, the strange, the too loud was normal, but none of it was right. There's a cost to thinking differently. You'll be ridiculed, dismissed, called too intense, too naive, too radical, too weird. But maybe the world needs the weird, because the truth doesn't always wear a name tag. It doesn't walk into the room and say, "Hello, I'm the truth." Sometimes it comes wrapped in tinfoil. Sometimes it shows up barefoot, whispering in code. Sometimes it crashes the party with eyes that see what no one else is ready to look at. You don't have to believe everything strange, but you should question everything comfortable, because comfort doesn't mean safety, and familiarity doesn't mean wisdom. Sometimes the most dangerous lies are the ones we never stop to question, because they don't feel like lies, they feel like air, like wallpaper. So ask, who benefits from what sounds normal, and who gets punished for speaking the unspeakable? Because truth isn't democratic, it doesn't care about votes. A million people can believe a lie, and it's still a lie. One person can whisper the truth, and it's still the truth. So, the next time you hear something that sounds crazy, pause, not to believe it blindly, but not to dismiss it too quickly either. Because history is full of people who were right too soon. And the world has a habit of mistaking vision for madness, until the madness becomes our new normal. Just because something sounds crazy doesn't make it false. And just because something sounds normal doesn't make it true. Stay curious, stay awake, and never, ever stop asking questions.